Welcome to the Nerd Party.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And this is City Alpha 3. Hello and welcome to City Alpha 3, a Star Trek podcast here on the Nerd Party Network. I am Darren Moser, and I'm joined as always by my fellow Trekkie Strandies. Stundies? Yeah, we'll go with Dundies. All of the Dundies. Philip and Daniel. Philip, how has your week been? I hear you've been working your way through season 1 of TNG.
As we all should be. Yeah, slowly. I think I just watched Lonely Among Us, but I think that's like episode, if you count Encounters 1 and 2. But I'm probably like on 5, so I'm not too deep in. But slow,
once a week is 26. A good release, take a couple of years,
Yeah, I'm sure I'll go a little faster, but because I've also been watching old Doctor Who, like I'm in the second series ever, like 1965, which has been interesting.
Okay. Black and white.
Remind me who the Doctor is in that one, because that's
the first Doctor.
That's
Bill Hartnell.
Okay.
William Hartnell. Yeah, black and white. So yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's sort of an irony, as you all may or may not know. There are lost Doctor Who episodes because the BBC taped over episodes. But it's funny because it's mostly the second Doctor, not the first Doctor, for some bizarre reason. So yeah, but it's interesting that most of these early episodes you see them in full. It's really not going to be until later that you'll start having to get recreations.
Yeah, I'd heard that some they only had the audio for, they were turning into radio drama, which is kind of cool. If or maybe you could do animation. So it's always a fascinating part of the Who universe is how they're able to preserve this stuff.
And because of the Empire, the legacy of the Empire is that they will find them in various places because it was, shipped across the world. So
it's broadcast everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. African nations or in India or, So there could always be something out there, so you never know.
What were you saying, Daniel?
I was just thinking, that really cheap 3D animation that they do for recreations on the news. It's really, really cheap.
It's just above courtroom drama sketch, it's just.
I'm just thinking that'd be funny if they recreate
no walking
those
animation. They just move in a straight line, no legs or arms. It's like, doctor, you must save me. I've lost the use of my limbs. Come over here, turn. Oh, you got to turn. Oh, it's amazing.
Every year, 1 to 2 years, they will release an animated story, and the quality oddly goes down, which is, I think, it's because of the money. Anyway, but
people are really watching this stuff. Yeah, we'll still do it.
It'd be funny though if there was a lost TOS episode.
Yeah, we would definitely know about it though. Right?
Well, yeah, that would have been redone as a season 1 TNG episode because that's what they did. So.
Technically, yeah, kind of. In a way, it's not lost at all. Yeah, no, I guess no, there is no lost episode.
Well, that's the thing with Lost. You can never know if they're lost by default. So,
the cage to a certain extent. Not that it was per se lost, but it took a while for us to see the full thing.
That's true. That's true. Well, I will say I posted in our. I probably should retweet on Twitter or someplace. I posted in our Slack chat for the Nerd Party Network under our Star Trek heading. A cool little video I saw just last night when I should have been sleeping and instead was doom scrolling. It's by Seth Duncan, and he's just I think he does other videos about other Star Trek shows, but in this one he's kind of having a conversation with himself about DS9 and Voyager and what made them different and what they made them special. And I really it was like a 6-7 minute video. It was a good chunk of time, which is rare in that format. But I really liked it, and that's why I shared it, because it was very positive. It was very this is, the cool parts about why this was really interesting and well done back then. So I was like, oh, yeah. Trek positivity. It's nice when we get it. Let's just sink our teeth into it. But what about you, Daniel? Are you plotting any new Trek video games? Are you holding shift?
No games, no Star Trek games at all. In fact, I stalled out a little bit on my TNG rewatch because I'm trying to get ready for a Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh,
so
okay,
I just watched Deadpool 1 because my wife's never seen it, and she wanted to get it's her request because she wanted to get ready for it. So we're going to watch. We watched 1 just now, and then we'll watch 2, I guess, in a couple of days.
Yeah, we watched Logan last night. I hadn't seen it ever, so that was my first time. And now I'll watch Deadpool 1 and 2.
And it is not a movie podcast. What did you think of it? Because I think it's one of those movies like Mad Max. It's like people are like, and I'm like, I watched it, was like depressing to me. Like it wasn't
it's a very depressing movie. Yeah,
I mean,
I need to go take a shower,
but I wasn't so like, oh, this is the best movie. I was like, I mean,
it was good. I mean, yeah, it was fine. Like you said, it's sort of a grim watch. You know, it doesn't put you in a good mood. That's for sure. But I had to watch it. It was the first time I've seen it, so it was good. And then we went back and watched part of the first X-Men movie, which is very interesting to do now. It's kind of like a capsule of 2000 or whatever it came out. It's a really interesting, and everybody's so young. It's so funny, but that was neat.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm watching I think it's an 03 movie for House Lights called 25 Days. 25th Hour. Sorry. It's a guy who's like the last day before he has to go turn himself in to go to jail for 7 years. But it does have Anna Paquin like right in the prime between X1 and X2. So I'm like, oh, there's Rogue right there. So that was, obviously she's done other things, but that's
before she went to New Orleans to deal with vampires.
Exactly.
She was such a baby. She was so young in that first one. It was like, I'm like, oh my goodness, she must have been like 20.
She was certainly younger when she started. So
yeah.
But all that to say, I don't remember if I mentioned it last week. I did finish Making It So, Patrick Stewart's autobiography.
And the Star Trek parts.
I did. It took a couple of hours.
The chapter's titled For Darren.
But no, it was good. And I mean, obviously, the vast majority of the story is not about Star Trek. He does jump to it a couple times as you're getting there, but it is all. I was satisfied with it because it was a lot of things I already knew, just retold by Patrick. But there were other things that I didn't know. I'll have to think through it again on what some of those were.
I was going to ask if you could give us your number one Star Trek tidbit that you got out of the number one most interesting thing that you learned.
I mean, we all know like that Patrick was very uptight in season 1 about like the seriousness of the acting. And it makes a lot more sense in the context of having just listened to him talk about his entire life and, time at the Royal Shakespeare Company and all of that. But, I think it was also interesting him talking about the Star Trek movies. He talks about Nemesis and Insurrection and all of that. And, like we mostly know that, I think one thing, we might have covered this in our talking about Nemesis, but I think, LeVar wanted to do Nemesis direct it. And I don't remember why he didn't get the shot, but yeah, I will say, I mean, on a kind of a down note, it is also interesting because he's, telling his whole story. So you hear about like how he kind of cheated on his wife and that ended his marriage, like his first marriage. And like, he's been married 3 times. So it was kind of a meet your heroes moment where you're like, this is, or you didn't really fully know. I mean, I knew as far as, Wikipedia shows his list of marriages, in the little corner box. So he's like, there's a story there, but you didn't know the story. So, but I do say, I do appreciate how everything with his love life, he goes about in a very appropriate way. It's hard to describe, but like, I never feel like, oh man, I shouldn't be listening to this. Like you're spilling all these like secrets of another person that's not there. Like he's always
tawdry.
Yeah, he's always sure whatever British word you threw at me. But no, I will say, while it was sad, and you obviously, and he has stated in the book that his only real regrets in life are the failures of his marriages. Like, those are things he wishes that he had done differently. But all that to say, it's you got crazy stories about him driving Paul McCartney's car with Paul McCartney in the back, like, just, going for a cruise. Like, it's just, yeah, a lot of fun stories. I highly recommend to any Star Trek fan to enjoy.
It's no driving Walter Cohen,
Well, that's just a harrowing experience that we'll never repeat in the rain. Oh my gosh. I like I said, yeah, I could see the headlines, local podcaster kills one of remaining
nameless
TOS episodes. Oh man, no. Oh yes. But speaking of TOS, so this was one where I had this idea a while ago. I put the note in our list of episodes and then spent all of yesterday trying to figure out what was I talking about in that little note. I hadn't put quite enough context, but I did figure it out. So what I want us to do today is I'm going to give us specific TOS episodes, because we just talked about, how a lot of the last few episodes, or I guess extra scripts from TOS were used in the beginning of TNG. Naked Now/Time being one of the most egregious rewrites. But what I wanted us to do is I'll give us an episode and a bit of a summary. We are going to morph that into if it was made in TNG and recast some of those characters. Now, it's not going to be as straightforward as Kirk is always Picard and, McFadden is always, I don't know why I would say her actual name and not her. Kirk would be Picard and Crusher would be Bones and things like that. So I tried to pick
Data.
Yeah, I tried to pick characters where it's more like, who do we want to have go through that experience? It doesn't have to be the one for one, post wise. So in no particular order, we're jumping around between seasons 2 and 3. I didn't pick any from season 3 or 1 and 2. 1 and 2, I should say. We're going to start with Amok Time, season 2, episode 1, a great Trek episode where Spock is being aggressive. Kirk disobeys that order and takes him to the Vulcan planet, and he has to fight to the death for his love to T'Pau. We're going to be recasting Spock, Kirk, and T'Pau. So who is seized by? Now, I will say I did think a lot of what was it, Data lore, where Data gets seized by the programming and then goes off and they have no choice. But I'm like, we're gonna ignore that, and it could be anybody. But who do we want to have be seized by some sort of mania, and we have to take them back to their planet? Could be Riker, could be anybody.
I mean,
well, it can't be.
To me, there's only one choice. But Daniel,
okay.
what do you think?
Right, it can't be one of the human characters. So
I mean, that's what I'm. This is what I cleaned today.
We're going back
so
to Alaska for Riker. I mean,
we mistakenly go to Canada. This is TNG season 8. I mean, like, to me, like, and maybe I should fight the obvious, because the obvious to me is Worf. And we go to Quarnos, or we go. Well, he doesn't have to be Quarnos, a Klingon planet of some sort. But is that too easy? Maybe I should try. Should we try to fight it?
I'm loving it. I think we should go. It should be Worf, and we should go to the ruined moon of Praxis, because we get a nice, cool tie-in.
Memorial Park.
Yeah, Memorial. The Memorial Park plantation of Praxis.
I wonder what would that be like? I don't think season 1 of TNG has the budget to show a half exploded moon.
Matte painting, just stick it in the background, or footage from Star Trek 6, most likely.
Do we even see it in Star Trek 6?
I think we do.
We do.
A sensor scan, at least.
Yeah. Sorry, we don't go on the planet, but we see like the dashed line of like, this is where the surface of the planet should be. It's not quite making a sphere anymore. Okay. I like the idea of Worf, but did you have any other thoughts, Daniel?
Well, like, it shouldn't be a sex thing.
Daniel.
Oh, sorry.
I get to talk. I have the stick. The only thing I was going to say, my mind immediately went to Troy, but I think maybe
that's better.
I don't know if it's better because I get concerned, especially if. Wait, I don't know if you mentioned this, Darren, but are we doing specifically season 1 of TNG, or is this whenever we want to plot
This is whenever. It's just making it a TNG episode.
There better be synth music.
Well, because if it was season 1,
we could zoom in on her eyes, and the light kind of like compresses to her, and she gets that look, and she's like, oh, it's happening. I don't know. I'm not saying we have to tie this to the like crazy sex drive of the Beta Zeds, where they have to, when they enter Beta Z menopause, they go crazy.
Yeah. I was just thinking if it was season 1, maybe it wouldn't have been handled. Although we're writing it, so I guess we would be able to handle it.
We have no choice but to handle it poorly because of TNG season 1. Is that what you're saying, Daniel?
Yeah. So I would say that she's at least a candidate. I would be fine with Worf, though. That's a good idea too. So I would think like Worf would be like peeing on the walls or something and like scratching everything up.
Mr. Worf, not again.
Though, I mean, I know you didn't say season 1, but like because I feel like it's not like we're hurting for Worf Klingon episodes. If we could, crowbar it in, like I don't know how, Yar, just to give her a little bit more of life,
give her something to do
until like she has to, because like, and if I was just watching.
It's because you're watching season 1 again, isn't it?
I know. It was where no one has gone before, because we saw everyone had flashbacks, if you remember. And she had a flashback carrying the cat, and like the rape gangs explicitly is what they're called. Ugh, it's not good. But anyway, it would have been interesting to see a little slice of her life. Which how do you tie that into like some illness and the only cure is back at her planet or something? It's
not a bad idea. I kind of gravitate towards not wanting to make Yar suffer even more, but
yeah.
Okay. Yes, I think you're right. Both Worf and Troy are good choices. They're also both aliens, so it makes sense in the Amok Time.
I do like Troy.
Remember, they're also going to have to fight to the death. So, do we want Worf I mean, he has no trouble killing any other Klingon.
It does fit more
drop
for
of
Worf.
a hat.
Yeah,
it does fit a little more.
I like it where, as Troy, just because because we can see so little. Like it doesn't have to be Beta. It can be Beta, but we've seen so little of Beta Z. I mean, we have technically seen it, but like
we've seen a map painting of it.
A scenario where Troy has to fight Riker, or Riker has to fight Troy.
Right. I mean, that's true. That Worf doesn't really have a connection with Worf doesn't have the Spock Kirk connection. So
what I was thinking, I don't know why my mind went here, but I was thinking Picard would have to fight for Worf as part of his Chadich duties. And but I don't know if that works or not.
I think we're the needle's a little bit more. Troy is an interesting story than Worf, and Worf is. I mean, he's going to show up in one of these guys. We just know it's like prime character
Title
real estate.
Is Imzadi Time.
Imzadi Time. I love it.
If you're going to say that Riker and Troy have to fight, are they going to have to do it naked, or does this whole thing take place in the nude?
It's Olympian. I'll say it like that.
And the entire arena is pitch black, so all you is just hear the fight. You don't see the fight. Okay, and then T'Pau would just be some Betazoid man, whatever.
Taryn.
Betazoid.
This is 2024, man.
But we have to have someone who Riker's sizing up and feels threatened by. All right. So we have Imzadi Time. Troy has to go and fight Riker to the pseudo death. We do some, medical trickery to avoid it. I mean, it plays out roughly like how the episode does. But all right, now we have. I picked favorites, guys, because I wasn't going to pick some random, mid-season one that we have to even rewatch to know. No. Trouble with Tribbles. It's a fun episode. We did kind of redo it in DS9, but what I'm thinking of is, well, it just was straight with it. So there's a couple of characters. We have who starts the fight. So in Trouble with Tribbles, you have Scotty who does that. You have Chekhov, who's also kind of, in the middle of that. You have Darwin, so we get to cast a guest character. And we also have Koloth. So is it Klingons? Is it another type of villain? I mean, everything's up. It could be Tomalak showing up, glaring at, I love me a good Tomalak episode.
My dear Captain Tomalak, my dear Captain Picard.
I mean, I kind of dig it. Like, I want to see Tomalak strutting around on the station, not just like, we only see him ever on The Viewer. Like, he's rarely ever,
Is
in
he wearing
person.
pants? We don't know.
We don't know. This will answer that question.
The problem is, and I know this is definitely out of the scope of what we're talking about, but Darren, if you're going to make the Tribbles canon and they can sense Romulans,
right?
Then Commander O would have never made it to president of
I
whatever.
don't care about what happens in Picard right now, Daniel. It's not. But I see what you're saying. Maybe it's all the non-humans. The Tribbles are very, very racist, and they hate anything but humans.
What is Darren? You should know this off the top of your head. What's the things that eat the Tribbles?
Oh, glommers, I think. Something like that.
I think they should be glommers instead of Tribbles. Now you think of something that starts with G. We could title the
What do
episode.
they look like? I don't even know what they look like.
They're little legs.
They're orange and they have like 4 legs down below them. So they basically go over Tribble and like go.
They just eat them in
Kind
one
of
bite.
spider-ish, yeah.
Glommer. 2 M's, just so you know.
Yeah, because I'm now picturing it's some space station and it's a neutral. And so that's why you have the Romulans. And it's the neutral zone. It's literally
K8,
in the neutral zone. We
just bump the number up 1, but it looks all modern.
And this is bizarre, but I'm going to go with this as far as who would start the fight. I'm thinking Ensign Rowe.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. It's she. No, I could definitely see that.
Because I can only see the reverse, where they're talking about the Enterprise and it's like I'm just making. You can change it, but this is like Rowe, Data, and Geordi, and Geordi's Geordi's not going to fight, but he's like, "What? Don't no." And they're like, "Oh, it's just going to talk about the ship, whatever." And then he changes to Picard, and Rowe's like, "What'd you say about Captain Picard?"
Well, the only other thing I was thinking was O'Brien.
We insult her religion, and she just gets really pissed. Oh, you said O'Brien, Daniel?
Yeah, just because he actually started the fight in the other Tribbles episode too. So
yes, that's true. Wait till it's Jacob. All right, but no, I like Rowe starting the fight, and it seems like Koloth has become Tomalak, which is hilarious because I'm just there's just a whole bunch of Romulans sitting around the bar, just. Like, which they would never do, but it's so TOS that it's just like they have to.
They're all drinking their blue ale.
I am picturing, and I know this is very stereotypical, I am picturing a Ferengi for the
Darwin role. Yeah.
No, not Darwin, because Darwin's the assistant who's in Masquerade.
Oh, so we're thinking like the Cyrano Jones.
Thank you. Yes, I was thinking of a Ferengi as the Cyrano Jones. I know it's very stereotypical.
Whoever is selling the glommers. I thought of either, Ferengi could work, or in TNG they often use what are they, Yidians? They have very wrinkly, they have really wrinkly faces, and Worf always hates them.
The gossip traders.
Yeah, basically the gossip traders. But we could do a Ferengi. That would be, man. There's so many aliens. We got Romulans. We got Ferengi.
So it's a human who's secretly a Romulan. I like that. Okay.
Yeah. Just shorten the years a little bit, a little easier to.
I mean, Troy went reverse, so
that's right.
Yeah.
We know it's possible.
Yeah, and if we could put this post Face of the Enemy, then she could be like, I don't trust them, and they're insulting you, Captain. But all right, I like how Tomalak just is the locked in foil to Picard. So he's one of the few reoccurring villains really in TNG. We don't have that many reoccurring ones.
But he only, like I said, like Daniel kind of said, like if you total up his screen time, it'll be what, 7 minutes?
Oh yeah, it's not a lot, but
And he's only ever on screen.
That's right. Yep.
all right. So keeping it in season 1 for a little more, we have Dagger of the Mind. This is where the Enterprise goes to the weird, like psychic, not psychic, the facility planet with the doves and the daggers and all that stuff.
Psychiatric treatment.
Yeah, Kirk is sent to the Institute, and who breaks him out? So that's who I want to recast. So who gets sent down? Are we throwing Data in? Is he getting reprogrammed? Is Geordi, after his time with the Romulan weird conditioning, is he getting conditioning again?
This could be another easy one for Troy, since she is, technically in the brain.
On the way to. Yeah.
True. Or you could also put Troy as who breaks them out because she has the ability to like see through the subterfuge.
She can't sense anything from these things.
Is this the Garth of Izar episode?
I'd have to
As the villain, and the
I don't remember this episode very much at all. I've got vague memories of it. But.
Yeah, it's rehabilitation for the Kliminic-Sane. It's the first time Spock does the mind meld. Yeah.
All right, we'll give that to Worf.
Oh,
That seems like a Worf thing to do.
first time he takes out his mek'leth. Because I'm thinking of the one, because I'm trying to remember, are there 2 Psychiatric Institute episodes? There's one where it's Garth of Izar, Captain Garth, Fleet Captain Garth, and the Orion, the woman.
that's true. They do. Yeah,
But maybe I
don't
might
have
be
time to watch
mixing
these
them up.
episodes, guys. I'm just reading the description.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can keep it simple. There's more fun ones coming up. So we'll make it Troy. Poor Troy gets sent to the institution, and
I think there's an overcoming element there,
and Worf could break her out, and it leads to a romance because apparently that's what TNG does.
I think everybody would love that.
Would they, Daniel? Would they?
That's our survey. Which do you like or not like more, Worf, Troy, or Chakotay 7?
Ooh.
The answer is yes.
Save it for another episode, Phil. It's great podcasting material.
7th season romances.
They should just rule of thumb: never introduce a romance in the last season. Just don't do it. Or Ezri Bashir, which is another one.
Yeah.
All right. So this one now in season 1, we have episode 16, the Galileo 7. This is the one where there's a group of 7 led by Spock, McCoy, Scotty, Yeoman Mears, Latimer, Gentano, and Boma. So all those crew members.
Dear, off the top of the head, how'd you do that?
Yes, the power of the internet. But they're basically stuck on a planet and they can't get back with the space fuel they have. So they might have to leave some people behind. So everybody really hates Spock because he's the one who's got to make that choice. Now this is different than the one where Sulu is stuck on the planet and freezing to death, and we have to get him up, which is what I thought for a second that this was. But so we have a whole lot of main characters and side characters we can add to this one. I'm thinking one of these guys is got to be Barclay. It just fits that he is.
I like it.
Really stressing out over what's going on. Barclay. Now, obviously, we don't have to send Data, Crusher, and LaForge as the main 3. We could. Just go straight across the board as far as roles, but we could also put anybody we want down there. Probably not Cam Picard because that would be weird, but
I mean, I like, you said this without saying this. I like this being the highlight of the side characters episode. So
yes.
like anyone who's pretty established. So you could have Barclay,
Yeah.
Nurse Ogawa, Chief O'Brien.
Yeah.
I mean, like those would be your sort of the not mains, but like it should be like a celebration of all these side characters.
Ro could be on there too.
Yeah, totally. This could be like
even over Ro, I was thinking of what's her name? The one who gets is it Gomez? No, is it Gomez? The one who gets the coffee?
Yeah, Gomez.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, Ensign Gomez. Yes,
Ensign Gomez. Yeah, I like Gomez.
Lieutenant J could end up in the.
Does she ever
Lieutenant
talk?
J.
She just never talks. She just mourns it the whole time. She never talks, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, to me, so this is again obvious, but let's not be the obvious. But the obvious is because I think the issue there is in Galileo 7 was with Spock's command. Oh, he's too Vulcan, and he doesn't know how to handle
make
people.
this decision right. Yeah,
he doesn't want to bury the person. Why have a funeral? It's not So I mean, this would be the Data command.
I was going to say it's very much the Sutherland and the that chain of command, or no, it's yeah,
Birthright, isn't it?
Birthright. It's a two-parter.
two?
I was going to say yeah. I think it's got to be Data. It's got to be that conundrum. See what I did there? Of can
Turns
he
into a ball
make
light.
he's very logical. He's like literally flow charting out like who we should leave. And they're like, how could you do that? He's like, how would you make the decision? Like someone's got to make the decision. Although that does mean, cause he's like what, the third officer? I feel like I should know this. Second up. Oh,
Third in command.
Third in
officer.
Yeah. First off,
both right.
Riker. Second officer is Data.
So that means that Riker and Picard cannot be on
Correct.
this ship because they would outrank him. So, okay. So
You could have a bit of that Ro with Troy during Disaster. I think Ro would be the antagonist of like, you can't. I mean, she would. I don't think Ro's mean. Maybe she would be, but she would be like phrase it.
I would rather put Ro than O'Brien. I feel like O'Brien has so much character development in TNG that like he's not this level of background. Like he goes on to mainline, a whole nother show. Like
we're just trying to fill seats here, Darren.
Okay.
You have to get to 7.
So we got Data, we got Barkley, Ogawa, Ro, and Gomez as our lower deckers. So we have two other main characters that we have to also place on the ship that are going to take Data's orders. We could just, I was just side thinking for another lower
someone
decker.
dies, right? So it's got to be someone that we have to have a new character,
Someone
right?
die? Oh, man.
Galileo 7, I think more than one person dies, to be honest. But
all right, sorry, Gomez, you just died.
nope, we know she makes captain.
Darren just killed him.
Yeah, okay. But then we're going to give him a random name, like
exactly.
Could be
Jay.
Hey,
yeah, no.
Yeah, sorry, Jay.
She's in
You're
Generations.
not going to be in the movie. Yeah, nah. That's the only continuity issue of Generations is how she alive.
Ensign new guy.
Could be Maya Jameson. You could kill her off. Probably not
kill all
the
the
wisest.
bits. Yeah.
All the guest stars.
Ensign Gates. We never know.
Terry Hatcher. Her character could die. She was in that one episode.
I like it.
That was it. So,
The outrageous O'Connor.
Yeah.
All right. So Gates is going to die. Not McFadden, but okay. So we got two other main crews. So I say we send Geordi down. I think a Geordi Data dynamic of him having to make this decision because Geordi's the only one he would really like listen to. Like not he wouldn't listen to other people, but
yeah. Well, the reason I'm fighting it in my head is like I want this to be like a second season because I don't want Geordi to be a lieutenant commander because then it could be like.
Right. Season 1 Data. Yeah, it's the so instead of the Galileo 7, it's the what's that ship called? The Goddard 7.
Yeah, it's like the.
Yep, no, it's the Goddard. Yeah, I think so. Season 1, Geordi. So he's a lieutenant then, right?
Junior
so
grade.
Data outranks him. Yeah. Oh yeah, GT. Yeah.
Still in red.
Double outranks him then.
Yeah. So that, and I think. Because they can obviously have those discussions, but it will be interesting because Data's also like, this is a decision I have to make. Like, you can't make this decision for me. Like, it is the burden of command. You know,
Burden of command.
Burden of command.
There you go,
Possible
title
episode title.
Yes.
No, it's Goddard Seven. But okay, so Scotty is the only other one that we haven't replaced.
We did Jordy.
Barkley, but
Well, no, I know, but I'm just listing.
oh, okay.
I put Jordy in the McCoy slot just because McCoy was
Argyle.
more vocal. But
Chief Engineer Argyle. He died.
Geez.
That's why we never see him again. He
Wow.
can kill off all the first season Chief Engineers
Wow.
here. Yeah.
I mean, it's a bold move, Philip. Bold move.
Argyle and McDougal at the same time. They just both-
Jeez.
And they're doing
Just
a cross. They're getting ready to change
It's becoming
over.
the Goddard 910. You know, I'm not sure how many people can we fit inside this ship.
This is why Geordi takes over in season 2 because all the chief engineers died in this one mission.
Okay, we'll send Argyle down, I guess. All right, yeah. So this one I thought would be really interesting, especially because often there aren't a lot of characters to recast in this type of scenario because it's Kirk, Spock, and McCoy for 99% of the story plots, and that can only be redone. But so far, we've had a lot of interesting characters. I do have a few more. We don't have too many because, like I said, tried to pick episodes where it's like very known and very easy. I'm looking through
Space Seed. Who plays Khan? No.
Yeah. But the next one I thought of was City on the Edge of Forever from season 1, episode 28. So we have Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. So someone's got to go crazy. Someone's got to, and then 2 other people have to go back in time. I mean, we could just do straight up time zero, Daniel, if you really wanted us to.
No, that's much further back though.
Yes. What do you guys think?
It's going to be Riker. Riker falls in love with people, right?
Well,
We haven't given Riker a new recast him yet. So,
well, I'm trying to. I mean, I'm not disagreeing, but I'm also like, can we help people who don't have a lot of episodes? So I'm like, anyway, this could be a Beverly episode, maybe. You know, we don't use her a lot.
Sure, why not?
So, like I said, crazy or going back in time.
Well,
Beverly and Troy, right? They could be the ones that go back in time.
Ooh.
And then,
Okay. I'm all on board. Yeah. So we have Crusher and we have Troy. Ooh, I really like that. That actually makes it really interesting. And they're stuck in like and that's true. We also have to pick when are they going? I mean, it could be the same, or it could be some other time where women have no rights and they got to fight or something.
Because I'm thinking, you know, instead of this, because, you know, if you remember the episode, it starts off on the ship. But in order to kind of
I'm a
make
Star Trek fan, Philip. How dare you say I don't remember the city on the edge of forever?
But this could be on a planet where it's just a small away team. So it's just like Troy, Beverly, and pick man of your choice. You know, maybe it's Riker, maybe it's Geordi, who gets injured. And then that's where Beverly treats him. And then he goes crazy and jumps through the portal.
I kind of like the idea of Riker being crazy. Because, again, we don't see them the majority of the episode.
Yeah.
Because
Just
of the
a
time
little bit.
dilation.
Yeah.
Just a little. But it adds a little bit of intrigue because of Troy being there.
And so, yeah.
And I just want to see Jonathan Frakes pop up into frame like,
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. You're crazy.
I mean, we know he could do it. We know Riker can do crazy. So I think we're good. Okay. So Crusher and Troy go back in time. When that, I mean, I was kind of thinking, what if they went, it's kind of similar-ish decade, but they went to the suffragette era. And so it's kind of like they would love to move suffragette, you know, things forward, but it has to happen at that time, and because it'll mess up the future or something. It doesn't have to be that. It could be any other time, but I was just thinking, or it could be some pseudo future time, like 2000, you know, 2024
Everyone was on drugs.
Yeah, with the sanctuary districts and all of that.
I mean, it could be the same, right? It could just be the same. It could be the Nazi thing.
It could be.
Right?
Well, because the reason I
entry
was
into the war.
Yeah, to kind of make it, where it's not like, oh, well, how are we going to like put them in dresses and they don't have any rights? But that's why I was thinking you could do war because, they could be working at a plant or something because women did, of course, all the work.
Right.
All the men were gone.
Okay, so Troy is a Rosie Riveter, and Crusher is working in again, because if all the men are off to war,
League of Their Own.
jeez. No, but she's like, again, they're doing a lot of the work at home because the men are all away. So I like that. Okay. I like Crazy Riker.
That's the name of the episode.
Crazy
Then he could, or people would assume he came back from the war. He was injured.
That he's shell shocked.
Yeah,
so they don't,
exactly.
That's they don't realize, or because they didn't call it PTSD back then.
I know. I was like,
I'm like, what did they call it back then?
I mean, shell shocked. I think was pretty close. That was more Vietnam, but basically the same thing. Yeah.
Well, or World War One. I think that phrase was used a lot after World War One. But all right. So I got one more. This one's a simple recast. Season 3. I was trying to think of a season 3 one, guys, because not a lot of
Spock's
good
brain.
pickings. Spock's brain
Miners.
is what I picked. Exactly what I picked. So we have Spock. Whose brain are we saving today?
I mean, this has to be Data. I mean, it just has to be, right? It can't be anybody else. It shouldn't have been Spock when it was Spock. So
there's a shot where like someone opens up the back panel of Data's head and it's just a void. Like it's like they literally took, or it's like instead of Spock's brain, it's Data's head.
Yeah, Data's head.
Yeah.
That's Times Arrow's guy.
Yeah, but we should make it better. It's already better.
Wait. See, hold on.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Where's
You're
Mark
saying-
Twain? Where's Mark Twain?
You're just saying that for a majority of this episode, it's going to be just a neck on Brent Spiner the whole episode.
He could be talking the whole time too. We can like cut to him, whoever's
his head is missing. That is the point.
What I'm saying, we can cut to that scene where it's Brent Spiner's head on a table, and he can be talking to his captors. I
How
can't
do
remember
they
who
do
they
that
were.
trick? I don't even know.
They cut a hole in it, Darren.
First, they bake
cut a hole
the
in
cake
it.
around Troy's. No.
No, I like that. I mean, and you could even, if you wanted to tease a little bit of lore, it could be like both their heads and they're having conversation. And they're trying to figure out who is who.
Collect them all.
Just by questions alone, like the whole two-door, two-guard phenomenon. Like one only lies, one only tells the truth, and you're like, oh, which one is lore? And it obviously has to be way less obvious than it ever is in lore Data episodes. Because, I mean, granted, he does like impersonate him once, but we can all kind of tell, it's lore.
And then there seems to be a third slot that's empty that they never talk about.
He's got a birthmark behind his left ear that has an L. What could that mean? I don't know.
What about this? What if we rewrite the most toys, and that guy lives at the end of the episode, and then he's the one that comes back to take Data's head because he's mad that.
Okay.
Doesn't he live at the end of the episode?
No, the ship gets blown up, doesn't it? Doesn't the ship get blown up? Or
Because
am I
remember,
thinking
he's about
something
to
else?
shoot him, and then they beam Data up, and he's like, oh, I guess the phaser must have...
Oh, yeah, I was thinking of a different episode. What episode am I thinking of? When the ship gets blown up, and they think Data's dead. That's what I was crossing.
Oh, the beginning of the
that,
episode.
Well, that is the beginning of that
Yes,
episode.
okay. That's okay. Yeah, so he's still alive. Yeah, you're
Shut
right.
Okay, so we're combining it with most toys as far
Sequel.
as
It's a sequel, yeah. He comes back. He comes back.
even more toys. Yeah.
And he wants Data's
most
head.
toys.
Yeah.
But we need to have a shot where like he has a tricorder and he's pushing the button and Data's body in the background is walking like Frankenstein, like left, right, pushing the individual
it's completely
buttons.
obvious they're just shooting someone from the neck down.
Right.
Like all the camera shots are like this.
Yeah, they're like, we're not gonna, we don't have enough effects budget to do all those shots. So it's very obvious. We're like, well, you just did the camera like that, so you didn't have to remove his head in post. Like, yeah, there's a lot of those shots. But yeah, or it could be, I like it where, okay, I feel like, someone look up the name of the character because I don't know why I can't remember him. But Fabio.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, what if he He still wants Data, so unfortunately, he captures Lore, unknowing that it's like the worst thing he could possibly do. It's like how incredibly dangerous Lore is, and that's how Lore gets back in service. Is Fajo puts them back together, and then we have the most Data's heads, whatever we're calling this episode.
The most Data's heads.
Terrible episode.
Well, we've had a fistful of Datas. This is a neck full of Datas. So.
A neck full of Datas. Oh, jeez.
Fun fact that I didn't know about Memory Alpha. Apparently, they have a page for every individual episode of Mission Log.
Oh,
because which I had no idea.
I did not know that.
Because
someone's got time, but
No, I just want the cover art for this, Darren, to be Data with a green screened headless form.
Well, I was thinking of a shot of the Goddard with the word Galileo 7 written out on the bottom, but we'll see.
Crossed
got
out.
Got a couple
Goddard
options
over it. Yeah.
Kivas Fajo.
Yeah, Fajo. Okay, not Fabio. That's a different guy. But no, I like that. Kind of most toys follow up, bringing Lore back.
That sounds like a much better episode than the actual episode Spock's Brain.
I mean, we already did that. We already looked back at Spock's Brain, and we give it like one tiny tweak, and it was like 10 times better.
Yeah.
I can't remember what that tweak was.
I can't remember what it was. Yeah, but
all right. Well, yeah. Well, that was my list of a handful of episodes from TOS,
Fistful.
giving it the one fistful, exactly. Giving it the TNG treatment. Yeah, that was really fun. I mean, I was worried a little bit that it would just fall into, Spock, Kirk, McCoy becomes Riker, Data, and Picard, but it didn't really. We didn't really bring any Picard in this. He's not in any of these, so
he gets enough screen time.
He does.
He'll get the movies.
All right. Well, Philip, if someone wanted to talk to you about where you keep the most of your toys, where would they talk to you?
It turns out it's on the floor right now because I was cleaning. And my TNG bridge set, which is a bit of a monster, if you don't know how big that thing is.
It's pretty big.
Yeah. And, British flats are not notoriously big. So right now it's just on the floor with the action figures. I mean, it's all neat. So I'm like, I'm just going to leave it there.
If you're playing with your toys, that's okay, Philip. You don't have to say, I was cleaning and they were on the ground. We all know what that means.
Everything up as my wife walked in. She's like, this is what you do in here, huh? They can find me on Instagram on CAPTSFUFP.
And Daniel, if you wanted to share where someone could find you to talk about your brain, I don't know, something like that.
They can pick my brain. Sure, they find me at
There you
One
go.
Up Dan.
Pick your brain. All on Memory Alpha. Yes.
Yep. You can find me at One Up Dan. That's the number one, not the word.
And if someone wanted to talk to me about how many rolls of fishing line I used to suspend my Goddard 7 over my head, they can talk to me at drsci-fi.com, DRSCIFI. Well, I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Philip Gelfus.
I'm Daniel Brew.
We are stranded here, playing with toys on City Alpha 3.